Now, the Sallie B School for the Arts has been operating since 1997.
Yes.
It's a free public charter school.
Happy Friday, Sallie B! Today's a very special day for a lot of middle school majors. Some students are taking a field trip to East Carolina University to see the School of Theatre and Dance, do a production of The Hobbit, and take a special backstage tour. Now, we took a field trip to ECU a few years ago back in 2009 and another trip to the Rocky Mount Playhouse to see a show. We're going to show you a video of our past field trips to see what we learned. Today, we're taking our cameras with us to ECU, and hopefully by next week, we'll have a lot of footage for you of what we did. But now, here's a video of our field trips from the past few years. Say goodbye to the students that are going on the field trip. This is East Carolina University School of Theatre and Dance. The auditorium here is the ECU Lowison Playhouse. This college is designed to help students learn all of the jobs that are available in a theater department. Now, ECU is a producing company, which means that all of the shows are made from scratch. There is nothing that is bought, already made, or borrowed for the shows. The school makes everything themselves. They do this in 4 shops: a lighting shop, a set construction shop, a paint shop, and a costume shop. This is a video from 2009 when students went to take a tour of the theater. Their tour guide shown here is Ted Griffith. He was a student at East Carolina University at this time studying set design and construction. He is now at Yale University and designs sets and constructs them for major rock bands. This is the costume shop at East Carolina. That's Jeffrey Phipps. He is the costume designer and teacher for costume, hair, and makeup. In this show, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, the costumes are plotted out and drawn and then made from scratch in this shop. They are also cleaned and maintained by East Carolina University students.
We have a lot of wigs in this show, a lot of false beards and mustaches, a lot of makeup. So it's the biggest show we've done this year so far.
That's true.
There are 35 cast members, and some of them change clothes 4 times. After every show, we have to do all the laundry, and we do 12 loads of laundry a night. Wow. So there are people here doing laundry every night till sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning. Wow. Yeah, Friday the top has got 8 o'clock, 8:30. We schedule when they're going to come in for a fitting so that we know who's coming so we can be ready for them. It's very, very organized.
So this is the lighting and sound shop that is beneath the stage at East Carolina University.
And what they use are the lights, which are your standard light, and then they put gel in front of it, like this one, and each one is notated differently. There's different shades of blue, there's different shades of purple, red, orange, and you put that in front of the light to give you different looks on stage.
The big platform you see behind them is called the paint deck. This is big enough to have an entire painting that covers the whole backstage wall. Students learn lots of different paint techniques, from painting the stage to painting small properties.
This is Jessica Rossway. She's the props master for this show. And so everything an actor handles is a prop. So if you have a sword, it's a prop. If you have that axe, it's a prop.
This is the paint and prop shop. Here, set pieces, once they are built, are taken from the elevator down to the shop and painted and have any details added on to them. Everything in the building is designed to handle giant set pieces and lots of materials. This includes giant doors backstage that lead to the actual stage area and a giant elevator that can lift heavy set pieces from one shop to another.
The stage is right across from us. That's where Kyle in the blue shirt is coming from. Those big doors open so we can take scenery in and out of the shop and onto stage. And he's bringing the genie lift in, the elevator, the portable elevator.
So our students at Sallie B will get to see how designers at ECU plan their productions on paper first and then build their projects into a reality. This is a ground plan that was made by ECU students with the same technology that engineers used. After the ground plan is made, then a box set is made. It is an exact replica of the set on a smaller scale. This box set is then used by each department to plan the show before it is actually built on the larger scale stage. This way, students and professors can look at the model and make sure everything is exactly right before they build the real thing.
Measuring tape and then make our cuts on wood or paint them.
And that's how we so closely represent everything that's on stage next to the model.
So for each show that ECU does, they first build a ground plan with the same technology that engineers do. From that ground plan, they build a smaller scale box set shown here. This box set is an exact replica of what the giant stage will look like. This box set is passed around from each department, lighting, sound, paint shop, even costumers, so that they can plan the show before it's put on the big scale. In this particular box set, there are wagons that move on and off the stage so that the set can change. This is an example of the set after it's done. It's the exact same as the box set was, just much bigger. So here's a picture of the final set. Look at it compared to the model. Pretty similar, right? This is because students make exact measurements. They have to be very good at math in order to make these measurements correctly. So here's another field trip that Sallie B. Howard took back in 2009. This is the Rocky Mount Imperial Center. This theater space is similar to ECU because they also build their own set pieces. In this stage play, this is called a box set. As you can see, it's set in a different time period. The designers here used actual furniture pieces that are historic. They also spent time collecting items that were antiques to make the set look more realistic. Students got to walk around the set and see it up close and in person. It's a lot different being in a fake living room than it's being in a real one. This old-timey typewriter helps the set look authentic. Students also got to see the backstage area of this theater. Although all theaters are built different, they usually have the same parts. Some are different sizes, some are bigger and smaller, but theater technicians can work similarly in similar spaces. In this theater, there is a giant fly system. This fly system has a grid and pulleys that lift heavy scenery and props from the ceiling and lower them down onto the stage. It has to have a very high ceiling to accomplish this. Set pieces look much different from the back than they do from the audience. These are made from flats, just like we use in our theater. This is the Rocky Mount Theater's costume shop. Costumes are made and sewn here, just like they are at ECU. It's important for our students to be able to compare and contrast how different theaters work so they can understand the requirements for different designers. This is a dressing room used by this theater.
Down in the orchestra pit? The staircase looks pretty cool down here, huh?
Yeah. Backstage spaces are often tight and dark. This is under the stage of this theater. This is where the orchestra plays for shows that require music. It's tradition in lots of theaters to put posters up of shows that you've done in the past. This theater has a lot of experience. This is the lighting and soundboard at the Rocky Mount Theater. It's not on the ground like ours is. It's located high above the audience. We have a lighting and soundboard at Sallie B Howard too, but theirs is a little bit different.
It's so the stage manager, and there's one here, so the stage manager can talk to the actors backstage and say 10 minutes. And the windows can open or close, and we can keep them closed so that the people in here can talk quietly and not be heard by the audience. This is all sound, and this goes out to play through the speakers out there. This controls all the sound effects in the show, and that side over there at that board, so just be really super careful, is the light board. Now, is it easy? Well, the design, making it happen, is complicated, but actually running the light board is pretty easy. Usually it's just pressing a button. Go. All the work is done before the show. No, we write it all down.